Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to GS Gyan Society. Yes, we have discussed yesterday class the freedom struggle of Odisha, part 2. Part 1 discussed before, and part 2 have completed. And today we will discuss the remaining part of the freedom struggle of Odisha lecture class. Okay, so let's start get it. Freedom struggle of Odisha. We have completed Swadeshi movement. We have completed non-cooperation movement. We have completed civil disobedient movement. We have completed individual civil disobedient movement. Today we are going to discuss about the Quit India movement and Prajamandal movement. Then we will discuss the role of women in freedom struggle. Then we move towards the freedom fighters of Odisha. Then we move the last topic, post independence era and merger of Odisha, princely states of Odisha, into the one authority under Odisha government. Okay. The first topic is Quit India movement. Okay. If you look at the Quit India movement, okay, we will discuss the Quit India movement under these following headings. First one is the background. Okay. The first one is background. Okay. The second one is reason for its initiation. The third one is the course of the movement, and fourth one is the leader of the movement, then impact or consequences, then conclusion. So we will read this freedom in under following headings. Okay, these 5 headings we will discuss the Quit India movement of Odisha. Okay, the first topic first, the subheading is background. What is the background which initiate the Quit India movement? Okay, the Quit India movement launched by the Indian National Congress in August 1942. तो ये इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस का एक मूवमेंट है जो कि अगस्त 1942 में लॉन्च किया गया था। किसके लिए ना, एग्नेस्ट ब्रिटिश कॉलोनियल रूल। ओके, इस मूवमेंट का डिमांड क्या था ना, इस मूवमेंट का डिमांड था टू एंड द ब्रिटिश कॉलोनियल रूल इन इंडिया। ओके, एंड आल्सो it is also called for non-violence mass civil disobedience movement and withdrawal of support of the British government. Okay, so violent means are also accepted along with non-violence means. Initially this movement is non-violent, but later part Gandhiji also supported the violent activities to stop or to end the British rule in India. These are the backgrounds which is the launch of Quit India movement in Odisha. The reason for the first reason is regarding the frustration with the British colonial rule and exploitation. Exploitation in the terms of political exploitation, okay, administrative exploitation, and you can say the land revenue exploitation, and also you can add economic exploitation. Okay, every type of exploitation you can add here. Okay, now the second reason is that desire for immediate independence and self-governance. Okay, one of the most important is to govern yourself. Okay, without freedom one cannot govern oneself. Okay, we are the Indian people, we should govern ourselves. So it is the demand for the independence and self-governance. After independence you have to power to self-governance. So they both desire for independence and also self-governance. And the third one is inspired by the national sentiment and Gandhi's call for mass action. Okay, so Gandhi's ideology and Gandhi's call for mass action. That's why people participate in the Quit India movements. Next, move towards the event of this movement. Okay, so Odisha witnessed a widespread participation in Quit India movement. The popular uprising, the Quit India movement happens in three phases. First phases in cities, second phases in rural, third phases throughout India. So first, the widespread participation in Quit India movement uprising in remote areas. Remote areas, for example, in Odisha, Lakshman Naik, okay, a prominent figure who become martyr during this movement, who become hanged to death during this movement. Despite the arrest of prominent leader, youth continued the movement. Okay, some violent incident also, particularly in Koraput, some violent movements are also happen. Okay, these are the course of the movement. And also Lakshman Naik falsely charged, executed on March 29, 1943. So this date we should be remembered for prelims. Okay, when Lakshman Naik was hanged to death. So 29 March 1943. Okay, student from the educational institution like Ravensa College, Kotak, okay, actively participate in the movement and also protest march against the British government. Okay, these are the some of the events which happens happened during this Quit India movement in Odisha. Okay, next, who are the leaders of this movement? Who are the leaders of this movement? Okay, if you look at the leaders, then the first and foremost leader from the Odisha who participate actively is the Lakshman Naik. Okay, Lakshman Naik was the first leader who actively participate this movement and also sacrifice his life during this course of the movement, and he was the symbol of the sacrifice in the Quit India movement. He also a youth icon who dragged the attention of the every Odian youth to protest against the British rule during the Quit India movements. Okay, so first and foremost leader is Lakshman Naik who actively participate. Other are participated, but main leader is Lakshman Naik. Next, what are the consequences of this movement? So consequences, if you look at the consequences, then the consequences is Quit India movement in Odisha led to mobilization population of rural and urban. Earlier slide I have also told about that this movement happens in phases. First in rural area, then in cities, towns, then all around the whole India. So mobilization and participation of rural people and urban people are actively lead to the mass mobilization and popular uprising in throughout Odisha as well as in India. Okay, the violence also happened in Koraput and Eram village in Baleshwar district. So these two places turns to be very much violent during the course of this movement. Okay, despite the crackdown by the British government, okay, the Quit India movement left a lasting impact on the consciousness of the people, further fueling the demand for independence. So it is a one of the part of the freedom struggle, and it also said that it is the last mass movement which protest against the British government to get independence. Okay, next, as usual, conclusion. The Quit India movement of Odisha reflected the widespread discontent and determination of the people to free themselves from the British colonial rule. It was marked by the both non-violent resistance and instances of violent confrontation. Okay, ultimately contributing to the broader struggle for independence in India. Both violence some places are happens and some places the non-violence activities also happen during this course of the movement. Okay, and also it is in one of the most crucial part of the whole broader freedom struggle of India as well as Odisha for the independence in India. Okay, these are the completed of the Quit India movement. Next, we should move towards the Prajamandal movement. Okay, if you look at the Prajamandal movement, then Prajamandal movement can be read under these following heads. The first one is background, second one reason for the initiation, third one is leaders associated with the Prajamandal movement, then event of the or course of the movement, then consequences of the movement, then finally we will discuss the conclusion part. Okay, these are the subheadings where we can make notes under this subheading, and we can write in mains answer also by using these subheadings. Okay, it will benefit for both your prelims and as well as your mains. So be alert and be a patient listener, so that you will achieve something in later period. The first one is the background. Okay, if you look at the background where the Prajamandal movement initiated, it is not an aftermath of this immediate effect, because Prajamandala, where Praja means the people, Mandal means the areas. Okay, Prajamandal movement means some areas people protested against their kingdom or authority. Okay, it is not an instant effect, it is a gradual process. Gradually, day by day, when the people were conscious and they feel that their kings and their authority, they will exploit themselves politically, economically, and otherly, then that's why they protested against this their authority. The authority in general, the kings and others, other zamindars and other chowkidars. Okay, so what are the background of this movement? Because British government have enjoyed the highest power authority, as well as some independent kingdoms are there in Odisha. They also have oppressive tax. For example, Rasad, Magana, okay, Betty, Begari. These are the widespread tax system spread in whole part of the Odisha. So people protested against this on logical tax regime. Okay, they think that this is oppressive in nature and it will ruin their income and also against the rights of their human exploitation. Okay, next, what are the reasons for this its initiation? Okay, on an honorable explanation by ruling princess, social justice, equality, and self-governance. These are the reasons. Influence of national sentiments and other broader freedom struggles in India. These are the some of the few. But remember, the reason is also the unexploited tax, the revenue system, and also the discontent, injustice, inequality, and also authoritarian governance. So these three you can flip up this 3 point. Okay. Next, who are the leaders who was the leaders associated this Prajamandal movement? The first and foremost leader was Hare Krishna Madhava. Under the leadership of Hare Krishna Madhava and Sarangdhar Das, who played pivotal role, okay, chief role in the forming of Prajamandal movement. And also later period, Sri Vaishnava Charana Patnaik also participate in the Dhenkanal uprising and helping hand in the Dhenkanal Prajamandal movement. Okay, what are the events of the Prajamandal movement? Okay, the event, if you look at the event, then Prajamandal was formed at Gahiramala in 1938 under the leadership of Hare Krishna Madhava and Sarangadhar Das. Okay, but on July 11, 1938, okay, when the Ratha Jatra at a massive gathering addressed the misrule of the king. Okay, they Hare Krishna Madhava, Sarangadhar Das, they formed Prajamandal at Gahiramala in 1938. But on July 1938, they started a Ratha Jatra to aware people against their kings and their oppressive tax regime and other misrule, misgovernance in their areas. Okay, so they started the Ratha Jatra. Okay, the movement intensified in Denkanal, leading to British withdrawal from powers from the king. Okay, if Denkanal earlier the British rule is there, but when people protested, then the British will give the power to their local kingdom. Okay, then after Betty was revoked, earlier the Betty system was there, but when the Prajamandal movement happens, then the Betty system was revoked. Okay, then land tax was reduced. Earlier land tax was high, but when Prajamandala movement happens, then the land tax become reduced. Okay, and also some leaders are, the arrested leaders are also released. Okay, this movement also spread to Talcher, Gangapur, Ranpur, okay, Nayagad, Bonai, Sonpur, Mayurbhanj, and other areas. Okay, Baleswar also. Okay, these are the some of the areas where the independent Gujarat states are there. That's why the Prajamund movement are more active in these areas. Next, move towards the consequences. Okay, consequences. So, people realize the power of non-violence. Okay, Prajamandal movement has not been merger of native princess state into Odisha. The Prajamandal movement set up a platform to accountable the king for the people and the transparency and also the accountable of the ruler to the ruled. But it not leads to the merger of the native princess state into Odisha. Why? Because they have also independent power. The misrule is converted to the good rule or good governance, but they are not the part of Odisha authority. If you look at the Odisha history, then 1936 Odisha became a separate state was formed and separate administration system was given to Odisha. But some of the princely state still acquire their power and also rule to the people of that area. But Prajamandal movement only responsible for the to ruin the misrule and to promote the good governance and reduce taxes and also give good governance to the people. But it does not mean to merger of the native princely state into the Odisha. Okay, that's why merger the Prajamanjal movement hastened the merger of princely state into Odisha. Not but it is the movement which start initiated of the merger of the native princely state. Later period, the prince state gradually agreed to merge with the Odisha authority. Okay, it played a crucial role in ending monarchy in the Odisha and paved way for democratic governance. Okay, monarchy system was ended in Odisha, then democratic governance was started in Odisha. Okay, conclusion as usual. Okay, Prajamandal movement of Odisha was a significant chapter of the struggle for the social justice and self-governance. It highlighted the power of non-violence resistance and contributed to the broader process of democratization and merger of Prince state into Odisha. It is the starting point of the merger of state. Gradually, one by one, after one, the princely state are merged into the Odisha authority. Okay, these are the some of these slides and some of the subheadings where we can conclude Prajamandal movement in Odisha. Okay, move towards the role of Odisha women in freedom struggle. What are the role of Odisha women in the freedom struggle? The role is background. Why women's participation is needed? These are the background. And who are the leaders, women leaders who contribute to the freedom struggle? And what is their impact to the freedom struggle of Odisha? And later we will discuss the conclusion part. As usual, we discuss in every slide. Okay. So move towards the first background. So women are the, if you look at the history, women are considered to be the half of the population of Odisha. Okay, today also women are considered to be the half of the population of whole India. So that time also women also significant number. Okay, so their participation, if half of the people are remain silent, then the mass movement cannot be succeed. That's why it is crucial for the women in Odisha who may participate in the movement, success of this movement for independence or freedom struggle. That's why this is the created platform or background where women should lead from the front. Sometimes also the men leaders are also jailed. That one should be actively participate in the movement, and this is the role of the women to make success the freedom struggle movement. That's why women in the Odisha also participate in the freedom struggle movement. Then who are the leaders who participate in the freedom struggle of Odisha? The leaders, one, Rama Devi, Sarala Devi, Sarojini Devi, Malati Devi. These are the some leaders who contribute to, okay, to the freedom struggle in Odisha. They were also addressed by the Mahatma Gandhi in Cuttack 1921. When Mahatma Gandhi visited Odisha first time, in 1921, when the non-cooperation movement was going on, that time Mahatma Gandhi visited to Odisha, and also they in a meeting in Cuttack, Mahatma Gandhi addressed Raman Devi, Sarala Devi, Sarojini Devi, and Malati Devi for their participation in the success of the freedom struggle movement. Okay, women's contributed their ornaments. Okay, what are their contribution? The ornaments to the Tilak Swaraj Fund. Okay, when non-cooperation movement was started, then Gandhiji also started a Swaraj Fund, Tilak Swaraj Fund, because that time when non-cooperation movement was started, that time Tilak was died. That's why Gandhiji to gather fund, because if you want to succeed any movement, then there should be a need some monetary help assistance to success the movement. That's why Tilak Swaraj Fund also created by Gandhiji on the behalf of death of the Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and to give contribution to their fund, the women in Odisha, Ramanpi, Saladevi and Malti Devi, they contribute their jewelries to Swaraj Fund. Okay. Next, Rama Devi, Malati Devi, Krishna Bala Sen played pivotal role in preparation of the salt during the civil disobedient movement at Inchudi, Baleswar. When the civil disobedient movement is happened, there is a movement, mass rally is going on from the Cuttack to Inchudi. Okay. So that time Rama Devi, Maladevi and Krishna Bala Sen, who contributed and who protested against the British rule and also participate in civil disobedient movement at Inchudi, Baleswar. Okay. Then Ramadevi established an ashram named Sebaghar in Bari. Okay. Ramadevi built an ashram in named Sebaghar in Bari. Okay. Recognized by Gandhi and represent Odisha women in Kasturba National Memorial Trust. Okay. Ramadevi कौन कले ना सेवाघर नाम रे गोटे आश्रम तैयार कले जोटा कि गांधीजी मते रिकॉग्नाइज करथिले सेठी कोन वुमेन ओडिसा जे वुमेन रिप्रेजेंटेटिव थिले से मानक मते से माने से कोन थिले सेठी साहाय्य व्यवस्था मते थिला. नेक्स्ट सरला देवी okay wrote poem to create political, social and national awareness among the people. So Sarala Devi, through his poetic expression, he spread message of nationalism, social, political and economic awareness among the peoples of Odisha. Okay. Sita Devi Khadanga wrote a play named Madhira Pravesa based on the Gandhi's Harijan movement, contribute to the cultural and social economy. So there is that time social untouchability is rampant in Odisha as well as in India. That's why Gandhiji when launched the Harijan movement, that time Sita Devi Khadanga is also wrote a play named Madhira Pradesha. Mandira Pravesa. Okay, Mandira Pravesa, a play, Nataka, that which represent the cultural and social economic of the Odisha people. So they also contribute to the social upliftment of the Odisha people during the freedom struggle. Okay, next, what are the impact of this movement? Women's participation up to the freedom struggle not only demonstrated their commitment to the cause but also showcased their capability and resistance in the face of adversity. So, women participation not only demonstrated their commitment of cause but also showcased their capability and resilience in case of adversity. So, women manakar jo capacity je adversity situation re semane agaku asi mane leader hoikina ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ କ'ଣ କରିବେ ଇଂରେଜ ମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ଲଢ଼ିବା ତାଙ୍କର ସେଇ ସାହସ ଆଉ ରେଜିଲିଏନ୍ସ କାପାବିଲିଟି ମଧ୍ୟ ଶୋକେସ୍ କଲେ their involvement of various activity from attending meeting to the active participation in protest and cultural endeavors contributed to this significantly to the overall movement of the freedom movement. So small drops can fill the bottle. So like that some of the movement who contributed at various movement, various protests and meetings, and also whole movement also got succeed in 1947, the freedom movement, okay, freedom struggle of India. Okay, later in 1947, August 15, India got independent. So the contribution of women to the freedom movement is also significant. Okay, women's contribution helped in fostering a sense of unity, solidarity among the people of Odisha. Okay, women's participation, because women are the backbone of their society. If women are actively participating in this movement, then obviously the social upliftment and social unity and solidarity become be strong. And if the social solidarity and social unity become strong, then obviously the struggle, the mass movement, the protest also become very successful. Next conclusion. The role of Indian Odisha women in freedom struggle was instrumental in shaping the course of the history and contributing to the eventual attainment of the independence. Their dedication, sacrifice, and leadership served as an inspiration for generation to come. So this movement is also an inspiration for the generation, so that women's roles also more crucial in every step of our life and every mass movement and protest of our life. So this is the a significant and crucial chapter for the history of Odisha as well for India, because women are participate actively in freedom struggle movement. Okay, move towards the next slide. The next topic is post-independent era and the merger of the state with the Odisha, princely state and Gurjat states in the Odisha. We can read this chapter in some of the following headings. One is background, merger, leader associated, consequences, and conclusion. Okay, move to the next slide. The background of this movement is after India gained independence in 15 August 1947, the issue of princely state in Indian Union become a priority. Because if you look at the India map, then it said that after independence there are 550 plus princely states are there ruled in India. Okay, if the India is divided into 550 pieces, then the unity of India may be threatened in the future. Anyone can enter India and violate the Indian territory. That's why the merger of prince state in India become a top priority after the independence of India. Okay, August 15, 1947. That's why some of the leaders in Odisha started to unify and merger the princely state into the governance and unity of Odisha. Okay, look at the merger process, how this merger process happened. The prince state merged into the Odisha. Okay, the Hare Krishna Mata. Okay, Hare Krishna Martaba. Okay, a prominent leader from Odisha spearheaded the initiative for the merger of Princely state without delay. Because the Rajamandal movement was started by leadership of Hare Krishna Mahatma. Then after the Princely states are merged into the Odisha authority, and Hare Krishna Mahatma also prominent leader from the Odishan history. That's why that time also Hare Krishna Mahatma also started initiative for the merger of the Prince state without any delay after the independence of Odisha as well as India. Whole the ex-state of Nilagiri was merged with Odisha in November 1946 due to unrest. Okay, Nilagiri state was merged into Odisha in November 1947 due to unrest of the local people, and the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ordered the central authority to capture the power of Nilgiri princely state. Next, after other princely states are also merged, and they after that the later stage by to the Indian state. But Moirabhanj was not merged with Odisha. But in 1948, January 1, Moirabhanj also merged in Odisha. However, due to extraordinary circumstances, political miscalculation, Odia people speaking ex-states of Saraikala and Kharaswan, Saraikala merged with Bihar instead of Odisha. Okay, there is these two states are slipped from the Odishan authority because of miscalculation, and they merged with the Bihar state. Now the Bihar is further divided into Jharkhand and Bihar, the tribal state, and also the Hindi-speaking people. But that time Saraikala and Kharsan has merged with the Bihar state. Okay. Next leader associated Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is the central figure who is unify the unrest in Nilagiri in Odisha, and Hare Krishna Mahatma is an integral part who is have the leading role to merge the all princely state into the Odisha except the Saraikala and Kharasa because they merge into the Bihar state. Next, what are the consequences of this merging of princely state? If the all princely state merge into one central authority, the unity, the integrity, and the administration become efficiency. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Then Hare Krishna Mahatma and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel also helped to integrate the Odisha into under one authority, one administration system, so that governance become be good, so that equality of people, and also it is helps the Odia people gathering up and the unity among Odia people, and also cultural unity of culture. It also become prominent due to this merger of princely state. Then after we will discuss the conclusion part. What are the conclusion? The post-independent era witnesses significant effort to integrate princely state into Odisha, ensuring effective governance and unity. While the merger process was largely successful, challenges and controversies emerged, highlighting the complexity of the state formation into the aftermath of the independence. Okay, a region significant part, and it is helps princely state merger into Odisha, helps in efficiency governance and unity. That's all you can change. Okay. Next, we should move towards the freedom fighters of Odisha. Who are the freedom fighters of Odisha? Because if you look at their main syllabus, okay, the freedom fighters of freedom struggle of Odisha is given. If freedom struggle of Odisha is given in your syllabus, then it must include the freedom fighters of Odisha. Okay, individual question can be come into the mains question, and also you will get prelims question of related event associated with this freedom fighters of Odisha. Okay, so move towards the next topic. Okay, freedom fighters of the Odisha. Okay, the first one is Madhusudan Das. We will read about Madhusudan Das, then Gopabandhu Das, then Krishnachandra Gajpati, then Rama Devi, Sarla Devi, Malta Devi, and other some small Lakshman Nayak because they I have taught already about Veera Surendra Sai, and also Jai Rajguru, Bakshi Jagabandhu. Okay, these are I taught already in the previous slides. Okay, when I teach you about the early resistance against the British rule. So no need to discuss these leaders here because it is freedom struggle of Odisha. Freedom struggle of Odisha started from 1903 to 1947. So during this period, those leaders are active. We will read about these leaders. Okay, before that, we have already discussed about that leaders. So early resistance against the British rule. Bakshi Jagabandhu, Jai Rajguru, and Veera Surendra Sai, and Samant Singhara, etc. Okay, move towards the Madhusudan Das. Okay, if you look at the Madhusudan Das, okay, personal history. What are the 1-2 points personal history, their contribution, then other contribution, then event associated to the Madhusudan. I just briefly give you the information. You can Google it and you can access enormous information. But this scattered and these are the filtered information I gave you, which will fulfill your exam point of view, both prelims and mains. No need to research about Madhusudan Das because hardly any one of question will come from the freedom fighters of Odisha. So that's why no need to be go deep into the topic. If you know, if you curious about the Madhusudan Das, then you can read. You can read the biography. You can read the autobiography of Madhusudan Das and other written by the authors. But your exam point of view, this is enough basic information. If question comes in exam, you can handle, you can write anything. Okay, the personal history of Madhusudan Das, born on 28 April, okay, 1848 in Cuttack district. He also known as Madhu Barrister. Okay, nickname is Madhu Barrister, Grand Old Man of in Odisha. He also known as Grand Old Man in Odisha. अच्छा, कमेंट सेक्शन में मुझे बताओ कि ग्रांट ओल्ड मैन ऑफ इंडिया किसको बोला जाता है? कांग्रेस में एक लीडर थे, ग्रांट ओल्ड मैन ऑफ इंडिया. कांग्रेस में एक लीडर थे जिनको ग्रैंड ओल्ड मैन बोला जाता था. ये मधुसूदन दास से ग्रैंड ओल्ड मैन इन ओडिशा बोला जाता है, लेकिन इंडिया में किसको बोला जाता है? कांग्रेस का एक लीडर, आईएनएससी का. फर्स्ट ग्रेजुएट इन ओडिशा, ही आल्सो फर्स्ट ग्रेजुएट इन ओडिशा. एंड लेट्स टॉक अबाउट his contribution to freedom struggle. Architecture of creation of a separate province. Odisha was a separate province, was demanded by that time first by Madhusudan Das. He also unified the people, Odia speaking people, into a single authority. And he is the formed Utkal Union Conference, who is the main role to unify the Odia speaking people. Let's talk about the other contribution. If you look at the other contribution of Madhusudan Das, then he government for grant to improve Revenue College. He pursue means he assisted government. He just write letter to the government for the development of the Revenue College. Okay, and also introduce Odisha Tenancy Bill. He is a member who introduced the Odisha Tenancy Bill. Next other event he associated was member of Bengal Legislative Council. He was the member of Bengal Legislature, and also he died February 4, 1939. Okay, before independence he died. Okay, move towards the Gopabandhu Das. Okay, if you look at the Gopabandhu personal history, Gopabandhu was born on 9 October 1877 in Puri district, and he is famous as Gem of Utkal. Utkala Morning Gopabandhu Das, Gem of Utkala. You have heard about Utkala Morning Gopabandhu Das. So in English, he is also Gems of Utkal. His contribution to freedom struggle, isolated national congress activity in Odisha. He also established Satyavadi Vana Vidyalaya. He also started newspaper called Samaj. Okay, he led National Congress strategy in India. Okay, one of the regional leader of Indian National Congress. And what are the other contributions? The other contributions like he established several ashram in Odisha, authored various books, wrote various books, and also contributed various. What are the event he associated with? He associated with the president of Uttar Pradesh Congress Committee. Okay, past president of Uttar Pradesh Congress. It is the prelims pointer. Note it down. Past president of Uttar Pradesh Congress Committee was Kalamaning Gopal Das. And he also died on 17 June 1928. Oh, before independence, and he also died. Okay. Next, Krishna Chandra Gaspati Narayan Dev. Look at the personal history of the Krishna Chandra Gaspati Narayan Dev. If you look at the personal history, then he was born on April 26, 1892 in Parlakemundi. Okay, Gaspati Raja. That's why Gaspati is Parlakemundi is the one of the city in Gaspati district. Okay. Regarded as one of the maker of modern Odisha. Okay, Mar Krishna Chandra Gaspati Narayan Dev is also known as maker of modern Odisha. Okay, comment में मुझे बताओ who was regarded as the maker of modern India. Okay, आप comment में मुझे बता सकते हो. Next, contribution to freedom struggle. Okay, his contribution was pivotal, crucial for the creating Odisha as a separate province. Because when round table conference was going on, he was the representative from the Odisha, and also raised her voice to become a Odisha as a separate province. So, 1930, 31, 30, 32, the round table conference are also held in London. Okay, that time he is the participant from the Odisha, Krishna Chandra Gaspati Narayan Dev. He also struggled and also passed a resolution to make Odisha as a separate province. And this resolution was passed by the British government, and later stage in 1936, the Odisha as a separate province also created. Okay. Organized Utkal Union Conference. Narayan Singh Dev also organized Union Conference session. Formed Atli subcommittee. Okay, Atli subcommittee also he formed, and also other contribution. He became the Prime Minister of Odisha twice. Okay, Krishna Chandra Gaspati Narayan Dev was the Prime Minister twice. Okay, he went to London, first round table conference. I also told you earlier that he went to London for the first round table conference held in 1930 and represent from Odisha, and also make resolution, pass resolution, and tabled a resolution about the separate province in Odisha. And also he died on 25 March 1974. Okay. Next comes to the Raman Devi. Raman Devi is also a prominent leader. Okay. If you look at the personal history of Raman Devi, born on 3rd December 1899. Okay. Granddaughter of Madhusudan Das. Okay. Raman Devi is the granddaughter of Madhusudan Das. Okay. Contribution to the freedom struggle. Rama Devi actively participated in Quit India movement. I already told you, Quit India movement. Rama Devi participated. Led multiple organizations like All India Charkha Association. Okay, he is a member of All India Charkha Association, but mostly participated in Quit India movement. Other contribution of Rama Devi. She established Association for Social Welfare. Okay, upliftment of forest people. Okay, Adivasi and the other backward classes people का upliftment ପାଇଁ ବୋଲି से कौन करते social welfare program गुड़ाक चलाउते. And he also died on 22 July 1985. Okay, he died on 22 July 1985. Move past the next slide. Next freedom fighter of Odisha was Sarala Devi. Sarala Devi personal history. born on 9th August 1904 in Cuttack district. Contribution to freedom struggle, observed fasting, collected money for Tilak Swaraj Fund. Okay, non-cooperation movement. Okay, civil participate in civil disobedience means salt satyagraha also participated. Okay, other contribution. Now popularize Gandhian constructive works, prolific writer. Okay, he also a writer. Sarala Devi is also a writer, and also he popularized Gandhian constructive work. So, for example, Harijan. Okay, welfare poorest of the poor, and upliftment of all, and educate the masses. Okay, nationalist feeling. These are the Gandhian ideology constructive work, and also sanitation. Okay, swachhata. Okay, non-violence. These are the Gandhian constructive works. Okay, ideas. Who's popularized by the Sarala Devi because she was a writer, and in his writing he generally promote the Gandhian work. Okay, next event associated. He translated a History of India National Congress into Odia. So Indian National Congress रा history टाकू ओडिया से कौन करते ले translate करते and also died on 4th October 1986. Next, move towards the last leader of today's class of Malti Devi. If you look at the Malti Devi, the personal history of the Malti Devi, she was born on 26 July 1904 in Kolkata. Okay, her contribution to freedom struggle was okay, actively participated in Salt Satyagraha and Quit India movement. The civil disobedience movement and Quit India movement, she also participated. Other contribution, if you look at the other contribution, he enrolled women in Hindustani Seva Dal. Okay, he enrolled women various groups, various areas. He registered the women into Hindustani Seva Dal. Okay, selected as individual satyagrahi. And Malati Devi and Harikrishna Matava both are as a from Odisha. They are selected as a individual satyagrahi. Okay, they also jailed for that individual satyagrahas. Okay, next event associate. He attended Kara session of Indian National Congress. Okay, Kara session of Indian National Congress attended by Malati Devi. Okay, and also he died in 1998 when most of you watching they are not still born on that date. Okay, this is an funny. Okay, okay, आज का क्लास यहाँ पे रखते हैं. होप इट विल हेल्प ऑल यू. ओके, कमेंट में मुझे बताएं क्या इंप्रूवमेंट की जरूरत है, कौन सा नया नया टॉपिक आए. अब फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल ऑफ ओडिशा का एमसीक्यू सीरीज आएगा, फिर इसके बाद ओडिशा हिस्ट्री फुल कंप्लीट हो जाए. ओके, दिस इज फॉर टुडे. ओके, जो चैनल पे नया है तो चैनल को लाइक कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, एंड अगर चैनल वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो दोस्तों के साथ भी शेयर कीजिए. आप भी थोड़ा सा नॉलेज गेन कीजिए और अपने दोस्तों को भी थोड़ा नॉलेज बांटो. धन बांटोगे तो खत्म हो जाएगा, लेकिन ज्ञान बांटोगे तो बढ़ जाएगा. तो ज्ञान बांटने में कोई हिचकिचाहट नहीं होना चाहिए. ओके दोस्तों, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट क्लास में. जय हिंद, बाय, सी यू, टाटा.